I'm Brandon Campbell, the Director of Small Business and Inclusion with the Little Rock Regional Chamber, and this is Our Story. I'm joined today by Ronnie Dedman, the President of AT&T Arkansas and the Chairman of the Little Rock Regional Chamber. From humble beginnings in Tuckerman, Arkansas, Ronnie learned some very valuable lessons from his grandmother and his mother, and that is education and hard work will take you very far and make you very successful as well too in the process. Ronnie, after graduating from Arkansas State University, cut his teeth at Southwestern Bell, which is now AT&T, as a core board operator. He rose the ranks to what he is now as the president of AT&T Arkansas. Now let me let you know about some other interesting facts about Ronnie. Ronnie has been an ambassador at the Little Rock Regional Chamber and also at the North Little Rock Chamber. And he rose the ranks to become a chairman at not just one, but two chambers here in Central Arkansas. And today he is the chairman of the Little Rock Regional Chamber. Thank you, Ronnie, for giving me your time and being here.
Well, you're very welcome for having me.
Yes. So I get right into it. What is your why?
Well, for me, it's a simple one, and it's been my philosophy for a long time, and that is whatever I do, whatever my stage of life is, I want to leave it better than I found it. For me, that applies here at work at AT&T. Has been my thought process for a long time, but I also try to blend that into my personal life as well, my community life, with what I do, my chamber work as chairman of the chamber board. I want to leave it all better than I found it. And I know in order to do that, you've got to work hard, and you got to work hard, and you got to work hard.
Ronnie, you've been very successful at what it is you do in all aspects of your life. What would you say is the single most key ingredient to your success?
Well, it would be hard for me to say there's one thing that has led to my success. I can tell you that what I learned growing up, the hard work, the work ethic I learned from my mother and others. And another key, I think, to my success is I figured out a long time ago that in order to be successful, I'm not the person that has to always hit the home run, so to speak. If you've got a team and you're surrounded by capable people, then as a team, then you allow those people to function. And by virtue of that, you perhaps will end up being successful.
Now, you've been here with the company for 40 years, and I'm pretty sure there probably have been some peaks and valleys. But what are some of the obstacles you face, and how did you overcome them?
Okay, so this year I will have been here 43 years, and I'm most proud of that. I'll tell you that years ago, though, I guess I could say my career almost didn't happen. Had a position here within the company, a great job, I thought, a lot of freedom and flexibility to do my work, but it was one of those jobs, and I couldn't see it because I was in it, that was a dead-end job, so to speak. People see you doing that job and recognize that you can do that job well, but I thought that, well, I'm not sure that that person can, or I could do anything else other than that. I had a mentor who sort of pointed that out to me and said that, you ever thought about doing something different, because this may not be the best thing for your career. Took that advice and found something else to do. He helped me find something else to do within the company. Had I not, I think, made that change, then I don't think my career trajectory would have taken me to where I am today. And then the other thing that I'll say this way is that not all things are black and white. Yeah, sometimes race may be an issue, but a person can't let that stand in their way. You got to find a workaround or figure out a way to overcome that if it's an obstacle that's getting in your way. And there are ways to do that.
Awesome, awesome. So let's make the case for diversity, equity, and inclusion. Why is it so important for a large company such as AT&T Arkansas, as well as company that's in the private sector, but also in the public sector entities, to really practice diversity, equity, and inclusion?
I will say that that AT&T has been, I'll call them a trendsetter in this area. Diversity and inclusion have been top of mind for AT&T for a long time. And I think it's obvious that it has been. I mean, you look at me in the position that I'm in for the company, that the company has made a commitment in this area. Our customers are diverse, so why wouldn't our company be diverse? You think about what's going on in the community. We're making positive steps in that area in our community as well as it relates to diversity and inclusion.
How has the chamber benefited you, and why do you think more minorities should be a part of a chamber?
Okay. Well, as I think about my career, and I said this at the annual meeting, but I think about the parallels at AT&T and at the chamber. I started as a cord board operator for Southwestern Vail AT&T, which is a very entry-level position, but it was the position available at the time, so I took it. And during the time, you're always trying to better yourselves and improve your education for an opportunity that perhaps will come your way. And then when I wanted to know people in Little Rock, I thought, what better way than to plug into the chamber as a chamber ambassador?
Yeah.
So I plugged in, I got to be an ambassador, got to know people around the community, stayed involved with the chamber, and then had an opportunity to be the chairman of the board of the North Little Rock Chamber. And all those things were just important to me. The chamber, in my opinion, Little Rock Chamber, North Little Rock Chamber, all represent our community as a whole. It's not a chamber. It's not a chamber just for white people, and it's not just a chamber for black people. It's a chamber for everybody. So I think we all need to see the value of the chamber and what the chamber does and how the chamber can benefit you individually, or how the chamber can benefit your business. And the only way you're going to do that is that you get you get engaged with the chamber. So.
And what advice would you give to a young person who may be watching this, or who've been watching you from afar, who may want to be the next Ronnie Dedman and become a president or CEO of a large company?
Well, one thing that I think was crystal clear in my career, and that is that you always have to sort of be on your best behavior. And what I mean by that is you got to do your job, you got to do your work, and all those things that go with it, because you never know who's watching you. I think that at AT&T was one of the things that over time that I guess benefited me, because I was always a guy or a person, I told you earlier that I'm always trying to do it better. Well, I'm always trying to do it better. I'm always doing my job. I'm always trying to improve whatever is around me. And those are the things that I think make you better, make you stronger, and will help you advance your career. Hard work, and I don't mean working hard when I say hard work, but that's one of the things too that I think we maybe sometimes lose sight of. If that's what it takes for one to get to where they're trying to get to, then you try to outwork the person that you're next to, and you just never know where you might end up.
Awesome. So, what are some of the black icons that you paid attention to, or that have been an inspiration to you?
Well, that's a good question. I thought you might ask me that question, but I'll start way back when, and I'll just have to acknowledge those people that were closest to me, and that would be my mother and my grandmother, both of whom weren't very educated, but I'll tell you, they were two of the smartest people that I knew, and they were hard-working people. And then I think about the people here at Southwestern Bell AT&T that sort of paved the way for me. A guy named Larry Cooper and a guy named Larry Ross, who were executives years ago, but really sort of paved the way for people like me. You sit back and you kind of observe them and how they go about getting their jobs done, and you sort of pattern yourself after that. But not only that, they were at a certain level, but they didn't go run and hide. They wanted to help others come behind them. And then how can you not mention Barack Obama? Never in my life would I have thought that I would see an African American as president of the most powerful country in the world, but Barack Obama. So you have to admire him and everything that he accomplished along the way.
Awesome. And so, what was that moment in your life that you can recall that maybe it was an aha moment that made you realize that you wanted to go into business and climb the ranks and be a C-suite level executive at a Fortune 500 company?
Oh, I think way back when I was kind of plotting my strategy of life. Back then, you start thinking about, you're not thinking about I want to be president of a company, but you're thinking about a way out, so to speak. At that point in time, that was the place to be, but I knew that I wanted out, and I knew that education was my way out. I go to college and I get a degree, work hard there, thinking that I want to be a lawyer, and then AT&T promotes me, and then all the circumstances, and it's almost like the stars lined up for me. You work hard, you end up at the right place, you value people, people value you, and then with all the blessings that come your way, you end up as where you are. You end up as maybe the president of AT&T or chairman of the board of the Little Rock Chamber. So it's a combination of things that you can't lose sight of.
Awesome. Now we're off to my favorite part of the interview.
Uh-oh.
It's called the fast money round, where I just throw some quick questions at you. You have to answer quickly.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
I think I'm ready.
Okay. The thing that you're most proud of?
The thing that I'm most proud of is my family. It's my wife, my son, my grandson, all of the folks that have, over time, in my family that have sort of stood in the gap for me, or I've stood on their shoulders, and they've helped me accomplish what I have accomplished in life. So I am most proud of my family.
Okay. Walking or jogging?
Walking.
Okay. Fishing or hunting?
Can I say NA to both of those?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I don't fish, I don't hunt, but I will tell you that I love being outside, and my preference is to be out in the yard, in my garden, in my flower bed, riding my tractor, but I don't hunt and I don't fish.
Awesome. But thank you, Chairman Dedman.
Thank you.